So, very good morning to one and all. Hello, everyone. So, after a very long time, we start with the lecture with the subject related to the electronics, instrumentation, and control system, model number 3. In this lecture, I am going to explain about the block diagrams, basic concept of the block diagram elements, and block diagram reduction rules. In most of the exam point of view, these examples will be asked for the 10 marks. So before going to this lecture, in previous lecture we take just a few seconds a review of previous lecture. In previous lecture we discuss about the transfer function, force current analogy, voltage analogy, and what is meant by control system, open loop control system, closed loop control system, their basic types, all these things. So before going to the block diagram elements, we know the what is meant by block diagram. So the control system, which is consist of many components which are interconnected to each other, and they signal flowing from one component to another component. So this representation of a components into a systematic way or pictorial representation of a components in a control system, that is called as a nothing but the block diagram representation. So that is called as a block diagram. So basically block diagram is a practical or pictorial representation of a given control system. So we can say that basically block diagram is a pictorial representation of a component in a given control system, or simply we can say that system. So this is about the definition of block diagram. So basically block diagram is a pictorial representation of a component in given control system. Now for a closed loop control system, the fluctuation is comparing with the different sign indicated in summing point, which is a element of block diagram we see in upcoming, and the takeoff point, all these things. So what are the advantages of a block diagram? So very complicated system which is consist of large number of components, signal flow, are represented by using simple blocks. Transfer function of individual element can be visualized from the block system. Individual and overall performance studied by using the transfer function by showing a block diagram. Overall closed loop transfer function can be easily calculated by using block diagram reductions. So these are the some advantages. Where will be this application of block diagram? Like to represent a liquid level control system, that is pneumatic, we can say that, or controller, or all these things. Now we going to the basic elements of a block diagram. So what are the block diagram elements? So block diagram elements So basic elements of a block diagram are the blocks, transfer function, then summing point, takeoff points, arrows. These are the basic elements of your block diagram. So first one is a block. Which is represented by a square box which contains a transfer function or gain, we can say gain, the input which consists of input and output. So what is by block? It is a junction point. We can say it is a junction point which consists of input and output and some characteristics with some transfer function, that is called as your block. So it is a junction point where the input is indicated by the interleaving arrow. This is the interleaving arrow. Input is indicated interleaving arrow and output indicated by the leaving arrow mark. So this is leaving arrow arc, which is the output represented, and input is represented by the interleaving arrow marks. So this is a block. Then suppose A is the input and g of s is a Laplace transformation function of gain, which is represented in Laplace. Then output of this given block is A into g. This is the output. So this is a block which is a junction point which consists of input, output and transfer function. Transfer function is depending upon the normal or it may be takes in a Laplace or may be contain the gain, and which is multiplied input. Output is consist of input plus given transfer function, that is output. So A is the input, G is a transfer function and output is a AG. Now second element, that is summing point. Summing point, which is represented by basically like this. So summing point is a point where the two or more signals will be combined or may be added or subtracted. Suppose A is an input signal, B is another input signal to this summing point, and the output of these two signals, that is A equal to B. So summing point which add two or more signals or may be subtracted or adding or combining point, that is called as summing point. So it is a combining point or adding point or maybe subtracting point, that is called as your summing point. So summing point is nothing but the where the signal in a control system will be added, subtracted, two or more signals will be added, subtracted, or here two signals and output is produced A plus B. So these are the two signals will be added. Now the third element is a branch point. So branch point where the signal going concurrently of an component. So we can represent in pictorial view. G is a gain, A is the input. If this is a summing point, if you want to move this input parallelly or concurrently to other way, so we can use a branch point. So branch point is a point where the signal is going concurrently to the component, so that is called as your summing point, branch point. So this is your branch point. So branch point is nothing but a point which is signal going to be concurrently or parallel. So this is called as your summing point. The output of this we can say AG, and A input we can take out separately, so that is called as your branch point. So branch point here is, so branch point is a point where the signal which is to be take another way. Now then we go to the block diagram reduction tools. Block diagram reduction rule. First rule, combining the blocks in cascade. Combining the block in cascade. Cascade means in series. Suppose there are the two blocks which consist in cascade having gain G1 and G2. So this is the two blocks which is in cascade having input A, G1 and G2. Gain G1 and G2. Then output as two blocks which is in cascade, we can write down AG1 into AG2. We can, in simple reduction, we can, these two blocks can represent in single blocks. How can? So see here. So when two blocks are in series, we can combine into a single block. So G1 into G2, and here is A is input. So we can simply simplify two blocks into combine into single block. So this is a reduction. So when a cascade, we can take two blocks into single blocks. So G1 into G2, and output it will be as it is in previous. So remember, whenever you will apply the block diagram reduction rules, the input and output must be same as it is after reduction. So when we combining these two blocks which is in cascade having G1 and G2, the output will be same. So we can represent in a simple way. Second rule, when the blocks in parallel, when the blocks in parallel, that time combining parallel blocks. Second rule, reduction for the, so suppose G1 and G2 are the two blocks. Then output for first block, that is AG1, and second block, that is AG2, and the combined output for this AG1 plus AG2. So these blocks can be represented in combining in parallel blocks. So when two blocks are consistent in parallel, we can represent it in single block. So how can possible? We can see. See here. So when two blocks are in parallel, we can represent it in a single block combining by addition two block gains G1 G2 into A1 and output which is same A into G1 plus G2 which is AG1 plus AG2 after simplification. So the output which is same as it is when we reduce these blocks, when these are parallel, we add two blocks gain in this. Now third rule, moving the branch point ahead of the block. Moving the branch point ahead of the block. Suppose a block which consists of gain G, transfer function, and A is the input. If I want to move this branch point having A, I want to move this moving this branch point, this one, into here. Moving the branch point ahead of the block means in front of the block. So we can take a reciprocal of 1 by G and apply. So we can get like this structure. So here is A gain, then we apply we can take a reciprocal of this gain of block 1 by G, and here is output of AG. So AG is equal to, then same output will be is equal to A. So this is the output. So whenever the moving branch of point ahead of block take a reciprocal, when take a moving branch point ahead block multiplied by the 1 by G, you get the moving branch point to the ahead. So output is same as it is the input. So here the output is A and here is the output is AG. So which is same as it is. So the output after shifting the branch point is same as it is. Now fourth rule, moving the branch point before the block. If you want to moving the branch point before the block, that time suppose A is the input, G is a gain, and this is the summing point which is to be moved to here. Okay, which is to move here. So AG and AG. So this point to be moved before the block, but output of this will be same as it is. So we can apply the reduction block diagram reduction rule. Carefully see. So we can take a branch point before the block, the output as it is same. So we can add one more block with the same gain, so which produce the output as it is if we take the branch point before the block. So we can take this where block diagram where this branch point will be here. So we can take this branch point before, the output will be same as it is. In this figure we can see, just we add this gain block and we get the branch point before the block. Now fifth rule,